You can only be you. So
Ucoby.
who are you?
I am a West Side artist to the fullest, at heart and in spirit. I express myself in every form. The way I talk, the way I walk, the way I communicate, how I dress, how I get my hair cut, all that. I'm an artist to the fullest. I just express myself in every form of fashion.
All right. So between your two projects, which one was the most challenging?
The most challenging one, that's hard because one, I was kicked out of school and I was homeless. So that was a personal challenge. And the other one, I was in depression and had to pull myself up. I don't know which one was the most challenging because they both were personally challenging, but I could say which one I had the most fun creating. The most fun was definitely 152 North, the most recent one. That I had the absolute most fun because once I got out of my slumber and started creating, I started having a little fun going out, and I started experiencing. I was able to take mental notes and create. I had the most fun with that. And I also had because I had experimented with different artists and working with them and just, growing. And it was fun. It was fun. That was probably the most fun I had creating it. So 152 North, definitely.
Okay. And did you feel like you had a lot of support then, especially with everything going on, or did you really have to tap into what you wanted to happen and what was going on with you?
I really had to tap into what I wanted to happen. I didn't have as much support as I thought I did because previously, before me getting my jaw broken, I actually garnered a small buzz. Like the last video I dropped prior to my jaw broken, it had over 34,000 views in less than a month, and it was whole team, which was produced by me. And so it was like my momentum was high. I did a show along with Chance the Rapper and King Louie at Illinois State. Then that very 2-3 days later, I opened up for Hobson's. Who was a double XL freshman that year. So everything was rolling. Then with the jaw breaking, it was just like complete halted. So I'm sorry, I forgot the question because I started digressing. What was the question again?
Did you feel like you had a lot of support during 152?
No. But the support that I did get was what was needed the most. I might not have as many connections or people looking for my music, but the little support I did get, I needed it the most because it helped me push through it and just stay focused.
And you made it happen.
And I made it happen. Man.
And I know you're loyal to Chicago, just like all of us are, but if you had to pick two other cities, big cities in the States, where would you move to pursue?
See, I'm not a big city person.
Okay.
I'm not a big city person. Because you worded it like that, if I had to pick a big city, I would do Miami. I would definitely do Miami. But outside, I'm not a big city person. I like Austin, Texas. I fell in love with Austin, Texas when I went to South by Southwest. This is my second time down there, and the first time I was so busy partying, I never really enjoyed the city. The second time, we was kind of away from the festival, so we had to commute to the festival. And I don't know, I got a better sense of the city. We met people from different states, and it was a college town. So I love Austin, Texas, but believe it or not, I'm looking to relocate to somewhere like Colorado or Michigan. I've turned into what's the word? For lack of a better term, right now, I say a farmer. I like the country. I like nature. I'm more in tune with what my elements than anything. So I can be secluded from the city. I like, something that's small and peaceful. Well, we can have our own resources. That's what I'm on. I'm telling people, when things get rough, I'm gonna be one of them guys with resources. I'm gonna have plants, soil, rotate my soil, use my own water, have a well, all that. Have a couple of chickens, turkeys, and stuff like that.
What about pigs?
I don't eat pork, so I wouldn't have them on my farm. A couple of horses though, and a four-wheeler, a few four-wheelers.
A few what?
Four-wheelers.
Four-wheelers. Oh, of course, you have to have those on the farm, for sure. Okay, and speaking of cities, what do you have to say about Chicago's recent behavior? The violence, Black Twitter.
I'm not on Black Twitter yet. Everyone has been. Are you on Black Twitter? Have you read any tweets from Black Twitter? No, I haven't been on Black Twitter yet, so I'm ignorant to that. But as far as the violence, believe it or not, I think we've toned down tremendously. I think we've toned down. Outside of what recently just happened with the Bud Billiken parade and things like that, that's just ignorance. I think as a city we've toned it down and we're starting to realize our actions are having consequences and we're seeing ripples effect. But also we got to understand we're under a microscope because the president, the leader of our nation, is from this city. You got to understand Chicago might have high death murder rates, but you got Flint, Michigan, who's been the murder capital in the top 3 for the last decade or so. But because we have the leader of our nation is from here, we kind of under more scrutiny. So I think we toned it down a little bit because we all starting to realize our action. And Chicago is a great city. We just have to learn how to love each other and embrace each other. And it's happening slowly but surely. My whole thing with the music scene being hot here, that's putting some positivity into the community and into the younger generation. So you got kids no longer. It's not about who hustling on the corner doing all this. It's like, all right, well, who got the best music now? It's starting to change. The thinking's starting to change. The game mentalities are going down. I mean, people are worried more so about money. It's not even about who you rocking with, what you're doing. So I mean, as a city, we growing slowly but surely. But you know, progress is a slow process, and you can't rush it.
So would you say that publicity is better than no publicity in the spirit of Chicago and all the artists that are coming out and everything that's going on industry-wise?
Yes, because publicity, any publicity is good publicity. You gotta understand, we're Chicago. I noticed 3 years ago we should have been doing what we're doing now. Right now we should be way ahead. But this is process. My whole thing, we had the MVP of the NBA. He's from Chicago. We had the leader of our free world from Chicago. The #1 pop star in the world who album didn't sell that much, but somehow he's in every tabloid. Kanye West is from here. Then you also got teams like the Bears that's on the rise. These pieces, even the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup 2 of the 3 years. So it's like we have great things to offer. And people are just focusing on the negativity. Chicago, we pretty much about to take over the game. We have one of the best hockey teams, the MVP. He's back. Obama, Kanye. It's a lot of good things happening. Chicago just needs to wake up. But like I said, it's a slow process. We taking heed to what's going on. I mean, yeah, Chicago is great.
It is great. All right, and I know that you said like you're more of an independent worker and you haven't been on another track and you kind of like to do your own thing, but what is kind of your takeaway from working in a team from past experiences?
It's chess, not checkers, so you gotta know what your team capable of. That was my biggest thing, trying to force things with working in the team, trying to make this person do that when that's not even his role and that's not him. You gotta know people on your team. It's chess, like I said, you gotta know what they capable of, what move they can make, and what move they can do, and when the sacrifices gotta be made. So that's what I take away from working with a team. I mean, I'm starting to work with different producers. My next project will have a track by Tony Bangs, who is my mentor, so that'll be awesome. And just trying to see who can add to what I'm doing. I'm not trying to hop on this track because this is hot or this is no. I'm trying to hop on this track because this is adding to what I do. Right. It's another dimension of what I do. Like I said, just trying to stay in my own lane.
All right, and what are the 3 contributing factors to your success in 2014?
The 3 contributing factors. Swank PR.
Shout out to Swank.
Shout out to Swank. Leia Rec, aka Lord Haley, and honestly, just my team that I'm having behind me now, including Courtney, who's here. Oh, including Courtney, who's here. So the team I'm having behind me, like I say, I know what they're capable of now. I still don't quite have a manager, but at this point, it really don't matter to me. The way I'm moving, that's probably what's best for me right now. I could really care less about having a manager because the people around me, I listen to them. I'm real. It's once I let you in, you're in. It's not no. Once I let you in, you're in. So it's like I trust the people I have around me right now, and even though it's only 3 people, 4, I'm comfortable with that, and I know what they're capable of and what they can provide with me, and I know I can return some type of favor for them.
Less is better.
Yeah.
Less is more.
Less is absolutely more, and once you have a lot of people around you, you tend to get their opinions on what you should do. When I'm me. I have to live with my decisions. So you can add to me. I'm not finna let you take away and cloud me.
You want to be an asset, not a liability.
Exactly.
All right, and what do you think is the best album duo since 2010?
Best album duo?
Because there's been a lot.
What do you mean, like?
Collabs, like Watch the Throne. This is dating way back, but just an example.
I'll probably get crucified for saying this. The best album duo? Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. And they just concentrated on producing. I think that's phenomenal because every track was dope. He had things you can actually relate to. A lot of people look at the color boundaries and things. Man, that's 2015 almost. Like, come on, for real. So that was a great piece of work. You gotta appreciate good art and good music, and you gotta let it be known. Now, will it be the greatest of all time? No, I'm just saying in the last recent years. But Watch the Throne is a tight second. It's a close tight second. A lot of people probably say Watch the Throne because of who made it more so than the product.
Right.
Yeah.
And because that's like a huge title.
Right.
And everybody remembers that.
So, but I say Ryan Lewis and Macklemore.
I like that answer. I wasn't expecting that, so that was a nice little curveball.
I'm a producer as well, so you gotta understand. Like, I'm gonna listen to what's being played. I'm gonna listen to see how they put it together. This is the thing. A lot of people are beat makers. Then you have producers who actually dedicate their time to an artist to perfect that artist. I had to learn that while I was in school becoming an engineer. I had to learn it's the difference between a beat maker and a producer. Producer would tell you, no, you need to do this. You need to drop the beat here, bring this in. This should transition like this, or your track should be in line like that. And track listing can make or break an album. Mm-hmm. I've recently figured that out for myself. A track list, the order it can kill or make it live. Trust me, I studied this to the T. So, man, a producer would know that things, and it's just you gotta know the difference between the two. So, yeah.
All right. So, if you were giving yourself advice when you first started your first project, first decided that you wanted to go that route, what would be your words of advice to you, like, at 21?
At 21, I would tell myself, concentrate on doing you and just keep going. I would say, tell myself, concentrate on doing you, keep going, don't get distracted. Because distractions can come from anywhere. I'm talking about just life in general. Just don't get distracted and don't get discouraged. Just keep doing. Don't worry about when you get there or how you get there. Just know it's gonna happen. I'm not really focusing on time no more. I used to be real stressed, like, oh, I'm supposed to be here by this age. Mm-hmm. Once you let that go and realize what you have is for you, your life will be so much different, less stress, everything. So I would tell my younger self, just focus and do you, and just keep going.
That's a great answer, because that's what I would tell you right now. I've only known you for about 3 years, but just seeing the growth from then to now, like, I think that all of your answers said all of that, and just keep on being you.
Man,
Don't change.
It's funny. I look back and I just think, like, man, I used to approach things so wrong. I used to approach things. A lot of people that see me now, they be like, Ucoby? Wow, you look different. You look, I remember when you used to, oh, yo, listen to my stuff. I'm dope. I used to stay. I had a mouth. I mean, it's a maturing factor. It's a maturing factor. You gotta grow. You can't stay the same.
It wasn't overbearing though. Like, you did used to push your product a lot, but it was natural, and it wasn't. It didn't come off like as a salesperson.
Right. I went from being arrogant to knowing to be humble. It was more so like, okay, I know what I'm capable of. The world just don't know it yet. That's not my problem. So
it's not though.
Right, it's not my problem if they don't know it. It's not my problem. They'll catch on sooner or later. It's not my problem. I can only focus on me. Yeah. So yeah, just looking back, it's fun. It's just funny because I might see like a video of me a couple years ago and just be like, wow. I used to act like that, like, wow. But you know what also changed that, right? Me getting hit in the head and everything. Yeah, so that was big. Man, I've been through a lot. Staples, broken jaw, shot, everything. Like, so I'm here, I'm breathing. So I ain't got time for petty stuff. I'm all about growth, man. If you ain't helping me grow, peace.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Alright, and then I have one last question. I know you said you're not on Black Twitter, but I do follow you on Twitter. Okay. So your headline is Black and Gorgeous. Can you explain that?
I'm black and I'm gorgeous.
That's it?
Black,
what do you think?
Black is beautiful. And
okay.
I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm cutting. Straight like that. I'm black and gorgeous, you know? See, my thing is, this is what I've been telling people. Every time I look in the mirror, I see God. Straight like that. I'm made in His image. I look like God, so I'm beautiful. I'm black and I'm gorgeous. Nothing else to it.
Just checking. All right, and what do you have to say to your supporters and people that look up to you?
You can only be you. Straight like that. You can only be you, baby. Straight like that.
All right. Well, you can check out the interview on callthepress.tumblr. It'll also be on Ucoby's Facebook and my Twitter at Caparazzi. So thank you for your answers, and you can only be you.
You can only be you, baby. Church.